Welcome back to Phillips Hot Rod Garage. All right, we're back.
We're back, y'all.
Monday
night.
Yeah. All right, it's Monday night. We worked today. Was it a good day at work?
No.
Yeah, me either.
It was Monday.
It was a Monday. We're trying to shake off the Monday blues and get started on this Mustang, so that's what we're about to do. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put in these upper torque boxes. Let me go ahead and show you how they go. All right, so the first thing we gotta do is get these upper control arms out of the way. Then I can show you how those reinforcements go in. All right, we got it all. All right, so now that the control arm's out, you can see this plate here has got to go right in this area. Just like that. We got to drill up through those holes right there, through the floor pan, so bolts can go through the holes in the bracket. Then we'll have to drill the bottom two holes in the bracket right through here after we get this installed. So that's what we got to do. All right, so we drilled this hole right here from the bottom, right there. So now, what the instructions say to do is to put this plate on, just like that. I guess it's gonna go this way. We're gonna have to flatten it out some. It's got a lot of curvature in it that it really doesn't need. We'll flatten it out a little bit, get it to fit. Line that hole up, and then we can mark around this thing to clean off all the sound deadening, just like we did on the bottom ones. So that's what we're gonna do. I think right there looks pretty good. Right there. I think right there's good, don't you?
It's good to me.
All right. All right, so Eric's cleaning off that, what do you call that stuff? Sound deadening, okay. All right, so Eric's in here cleaning up the sound deadening material, getting it out of the way. While he's doing that, I'm gonna go paint the brackets. All right, so Eric's got everything cleaned up. He's just marking the second hole now. It's got to be drilled from the top here, right there.
Good to you?
Yeah. Hey, that thing's been working fine.
It is a piece of junk.
What's done happened to it?
It's yours.
There we go. There we go. Working now.
That look good?
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna have to go from the bottom and line the hole up from the bottom and drill up through the bottom, I think. That'll fix it. I mean, that'll, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
That'll line everything up.
Yeah, that'll line everything up.
Come on, man, get with it.
Yeah. All right. All right, let me drill it from the bottom. All right, look at there, guys. Everything's cleaned up pretty well. So now it's time to put that etching primer on. Went ahead and ground around where the plate's gonna sit. Yep. Put a little bit of etching primer on there and this thing will be good to go. Don't get it on my seatbelt, buddy.
Get a wash.
All right, guys, time to assemble this thing. All right, guys, we got everything cleaned and painted with some weld-through primer. We got the plate in here now. Eric has got it on the bottom of the car and put that bolt through, put the hardware on it. Got this one to fit, putting the hardware on it. And we're about to wrap up this driver's side. As you guys can see, it really doesn't take that much to do these uppers. They go pretty well, so all we gotta do now is tighten this hardware here, and then we gotta drill 2 holes down here from the bottom, and this side will be done. You holding it, buddy?
Go ahead, we can drill these before we tighten them up.
All right, that's it. That's ready to weld. So other than putting these 2 in, so we're gonna go ahead and drill those now. All right, guys, there's how it looks from the bottom. Everything is done. It's just gotta be welded. It's all tightened up. It's all good to go. So all we gotta do now is the passenger side. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this control arm and get the passenger side done. We're gonna get that done off camera. We are tired. We're ready to call it a night. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. All right, guys, so me and Eric worked pretty hard on putting these torque boxes in. We got the torque box reinforcements done, and I got everything welded, and I'm gonna show you guys before we end this video what everything looks like. But I just kind of took my time over the past few weeks and off camera got everything welded up. Let me show you how it looks, and then we'll end this one right there. All right, so there it is, guys. You can see everything's welded up nicely. The welds look real nice. Nothing wrong with that at all. Everything's burned in really well without melting through the floor pan. You do have to take your time doing these, but everything looks real good. So as you can see, what I did was I just put a few welds around the edges. This is plenty good enough, I believe. Left some spaces in between, and I'm gonna put some seam sealer in these spaces here. And I went ahead and welded the nuts so that they can't turn, so that stuff never comes loose on me. Got the bolts welded down here. So all that looks pretty good. Nice and strong, I believe. I don't think I'll ever rip those out, that's for sure. So let me show you what the bottom looks like. All right, guys, here we are under the bottom. I'll show you the lower torque box here. As you guys can see, I welded all the way around the seams for that. The welds look pretty decent. Welded up inside there. Trying to get my light where you can see it real good. All the seams up inside. On the inside here. All up there. Basically everything around the whole entire lower torque box is welded all the way around. And then up here on the upper, Went ahead and welded all the way around it. Let me go from the top view. Sorry about the camera view here, but I'm just trying to get it up in here where you can see it, and it's kind of hard to get up in here with this thing, but you can see all the seams that I welded there. And I also welded the reinforcement in also. So that all looks pretty good. Don't think I'll rip that out. All right, over here on the passenger side, you can get a good idea of all the seams that I like to weld when I do these. And the welding's not terrible. It's hard to do under here with everything being greasy from years of, you know, just getting all filthy up under here and everything. There's grease up in all these seams and all. But as you can see, the welds do turn out pretty good if you take your time and clean it all real good. You see, that's not bad at all. Not perfect. So that's gonna get me by, I guess. There you go. That's good enough for me. I don't think I'm gonna rip those out at all. So there you go. You get a good idea of how many seams that I like to weld up when I do this job. So in the future, I'm gonna come back and I'm taking these subframe connectors off. I got a different type of connector to go on here. So we're gonna be ripping those out of there. I gotta get the exhaust back on. I gotta get the control arms changed. I'm gonna put aftermarket set on there. We do have a brand new exhaust system to go on it. So yeah, still a lot of work to do. All right, so back inside the car here, you can see I went ahead and put some primer on here. Put some Rust-Oleum primer on there, just some inexpensive stuff. It's not gonna take much to keep these things from rusting inside the car. Went ahead and did that off camera. Now the thing to do now is go ahead and put some seam sealer in these places. So I'm gonna seam seal all this up real good. And as you can see, I went ahead and cut these bolts off too. There's no reason for those to be sticking up any higher than they needed to be. So everything's looking good. Let me go ahead and put the seam sealer on and we're gonna wrap this job up. All right, I got some TransStar part number 4167 body seam sealer, in case any of you guys are wondering what I'm using. Let's get it done. Looks like I got it. Looks good enough. All right, so the next thing I got to decide is, am I going to put some sound dampening material back over these areas? Or am I just going to spray some undercoat on there and let it ride? I don't know. That's what I got to figure out next. And in the next video on this car, we're probably going to be cleaning up this carpet. This stuff is really nasty. It's got some fading going on right in this area, right in here, but it actually looks pretty good when you get it back in the car with the floor mats and all in it. It doesn't actually look too bad. It's just filthy. And so the fine folks over at Super Clean, they sent me a package a little while back. It's supposed to have some Super Clean products in there, and we'll probably use that to clean it with. Now I could just buy some new carpet, but I can think of a whole lot better ways to spend money on this car other than new carpet at the current time, like a paint job and some performance upgrades and some better springs so that the car sits right. There's just all kind of stuff that needs to be done to this thing besides new carpet. So we're just going to clean it, see if we can put it back in the next video. All right, guys, that's as far as we're going to get on this one. Appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate my buddy Eric for stopping by and giving me a second set of hands. Really helped a lot. Now we got a lot of content coming up on the Model A. We recently cut the cowl and got the body to sit flat down on the frame. We got the door patch panel put in, Got all that looking good. Things are coming right along. And all the things that happen during the summer that kind of keep me busy, all that's coming to an end. Winter's coming. Weather's already cooling off. So that means a whole lot more time to spend in the shop working on the project. So a lot of content's coming up on the Model A and a lot more content's coming up on the Mustang. We're fixing to get this thing done so we can go do some burnouts. Appreciate you guys watching. See you guys in the next one.